Life's a journey, isn't it? We're all on this road, hustling, striving, sometimes stumbling, but always moving forward. Now, I want you to pause for a moment. Think about where you are right now. Are you where you thought you'd be 5 years ago? 10 years ago? Maybe you're exactly where you planned to be. And if so, that's fantastic. But for many of us, life has a way of throwing curveballs. Success isn't a straight line. It's not a neat, tidy path from point A to point B. It's messy. It's complicated. It's full of detours and roadblocks. Every obstacle, every setback, every person who ever told you. No. Or you can't. They're all part of your story. They're all stepping stones on your path. Now you might be wondering, what does all this have to do with revenge? Well, let me tell you, the best revenge isn't about getting even. It's not about proving others wrong, although that can be pretty satisfying. No, the best revenge is living well. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, despite the naysayers, despite the doubters, despite every obstacle that's been thrown in your path. Every time you push yourself to learn something new, every time you step out of your comfort zone, every time you refuse to give up in the face of adversity, you're not just moving closer to your goals. You're also proving wrong everyone who ever underestimated you. You're showing the world what you're truly capable of. Success as revenge isn't really about other people at all. It's about you. It's about becoming the person you always knew you could be. It's about looking in the mirror and being proud of who you see staring back at you. Let me share a story with you. Years ago, I knew a young woman who dreamed of becoming a writer. She had a passion for words, a way of stringing sentences together that could make you laugh or cry or see the world in a whole new way. But when she told people about her dream, do you know what they said? They told her to be practical. They told her to get a real job. They told her that writing was a nice hobby, but it wasn't a career. Now, she could have listened to them. She could have given up on her dream and settled for a life of what-ifs and if-onlys, but she didn't. Instead, she used their doubt as fuel. Every rejection letter became a reason to work harder. Every criticism became an opportunity to improve her craft. Fast forward a decade, and that woman is now a best-selling author. Her books have touched millions of lives. And you know what? Some of her biggest fans are the very people who once told her to give up on her dreams. That's the power of success as revenge. It's not about proving others wrong for the sake of your ego. It's about proving them wrong for the sake of inspiration. It's about showing the world what's possible when you refuse to let others define your limits. What dreams have you been putting on hold because someone told you they were unrealistic? What goals have you abandoned because the path seemed too difficult? I want you to resurrect those dreams today. I want you to dust off those goals and bring them back to life. The only limits that really matter are the ones you place on yourself. The opinions of others, the doubts of the naysayers, they only have power if you give it to them. And today, right here, right now, we're going to make a decision to take that power back. This journey won't be easy. Success never is. If it were easy, everyone would be successful. The path to success is often lonely. It's often misunderstood. There will be times when you'll question yourself, when you'll wonder if those who doubted you were right all along. In those moments, I want you to remember this. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Failure is an event, but doubt is a choice. And every time you choose to believe in yourself, despite the doubts, every time you choose to keep going despite the setbacks, you're building the strength you need to reach your goals. Success isn't just about dreaming big. It's about taking concrete, consistent action towards your goals. The first step is to get crystal clear on what you want. Vague goals produce vague results. If you want to lose weight, how much exactly? If you want to start a business, what kind of business? If you want to improve your relationships, what specifically needs to change? The more detailed and specific you can be about your goals, the easier it becomes to create a plan to achieve them. Once you have clarity on your goals, The next step is to break them down into manageable chunks. Remember, we're not trying to conquer our dreams in one giant leap. We're going to take it one step at a time. If your goal is to start a successful business, your first step might be to research your market. Your next step might be to create a business plan, then to secure funding, then to launch your product. Each of these steps is manageable on its own. But when you stack them one on top of the other, day after day, week after week, that's how you build something truly remarkable. That's how you climb the mountain of success. Where many people go wrong, they start out with great enthusiasm, tackling their goals with gusto, but then life happens. They get busy, they get distracted, they lose momentum, and before they know it, their dreams are back on the shelf gathering dust. To avoid this trap, you need to develop discipline. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. It's what keeps you going when motivation fails. It's what gets you out of bed early in the morning to work on your dreams even when you'd rather hit the snooze button. But discipline isn't about being hard on yourself. It's about being consistent. It's about showing up day after day and putting in the work. It's about making promises to yourself and keeping them. If you were training for a marathon, you wouldn't expect to run 26 miles on your first day out. You'd start small, maybe running a mile or two. And then you'd gradually increase your distance, day by day, week by week. Success in any area of life works the same way. It's not about making huge leaps. It's about taking small, consistent steps in the right direction. Now, as you're working towards your goals, it's important to remember that success isn't just about what you achieve. It's also about who you become in the process. Every challenge you overcome, every skill you master, every fear you face, these experiences are shaping you into a stronger, more capable person. This is where the true power of success as revenge comes into play. Because as you grow and evolve, as you become more of who you were meant to be, you're not just proving the doubters wrong, you're inspiring others. You're showing them what's possible when you believe in yourself and are willing to put in the work. Remember that young woman who became a best-selling author? Her success didn't just change her life. It inspired countless other aspiring writers to pursue their dreams. It showed them that with passion, perseverance, and hard work, they too could turn their love of writing into a successful career. That's the ripple effect of success. When you succeed, you create a positive impact that extends far beyond yourself. You become a beacon of hope for others who are still struggling, still doubting, still trying to find their way. You don't have to wait until you've made it to start having this impact. Every small victory, every step forward, is an opportunity to inspire others. Maybe it's the coworker who sees you studying during your lunch break and decides to go back to school. Maybe it's the friend who watches you launch your side hustle and decides to pursue their own entrepreneurial dreams. Success isn't just about reaching the top of the mountain. It's about the climb. It's about who you become along the way. It's about the lives you touch, the people you inspire, the positive change you create in the world. As you're working towards your goals, as you're proving the doubters wrong and becoming the best version of yourself, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparison. In today's world of social media and constant connectivity, we're bombarded with images of other people's successes. It's easy to look at someone else's highlight reel and feel like we're falling behind. Comparison is the thief of joy. Your journey is unique. Your path is your own. The only person you should be competing with is the person you were yesterday. If you're constantly looking over your shoulder, trying to see how you measure up to others, you're not fully focused on your own path. You're not giving your dreams the attention they deserve. And more importantly, you're robbing yourself of the joy that comes from personal growth and achievement. Instead of comparing yourself to others, I want you to start comparing yourself to your past self. Are you more knowledgeable than you were a year ago? Have you developed new skills? Have you overcome challenges that once seemed insurmountable? These are the true measures of success. Remember, success is not a finite resource. Someone else's success doesn't diminish your own. In fact, when you learn to celebrate others' achievements, you create an abundance mindset that actually accelerates your own success. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of success. Every failure is an opportunity to learn, to grow, to refine your approach. The most successful people in the world have failed more times than most people have even tried. Thomas Edison, when he was working on inventing the light bulb, he failed over 1,000 times. When a reporter asked him how it felt to fail 1,000 times, Edison replied, "I didn't fail 1,000 times. The light bulb was an invention with 1,000. That's the mindset you need to cultivate. Every setback, every failure, every moment of doubt, these are not roadblocks. They're stepping stones. They're opportunities to learn, to grow, to become stronger and more resilient. So the next time you face a setback, I want you to ask yourself these questions. What can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to become better? What would I do differently next time? When you approach failure with curiosity instead of fear, you transform it from a source of discouragement into a powerful tool for growth. Now, as we're talking about this journey of success, it's important to remember that it's not just about personal achievement. True success also involves giving back, making a positive impact on the world around you. When you succeed, you're in a position to lift others up. You have the resources, the knowledge, the influence to make a real difference. Whether it's mentoring someone who's just starting out in your field, volunteering in your community, or using your success to support causes you believe in, giving back adds a depth and richness to your success that personal achievement alone can't match. When you focus on making a positive impact, when you use your success to help others, you create a legacy that extends far beyond your own lifetime. You become part of something bigger than yourself. Remember, the ultimate revenge against those who doubted you isn't just proving them wrong. It's living a life so full, so impactful, that it inspires others to dream bigger and reach higher. It's about turning your success into a force for good in the world. The concept of success is revenge. It's crucial to understand that this isn't about harboring bitterness or resentment. It's not about proving your worth to others. It's about proving your worth to yourself. It's about silencing that inner critic that sometimes echoes the doubts of others. Often the harshest critic we face is ourselves. We internalize the negative messages we've heard over the years, the doubts, the criticisms, the you can'ts and you shouldn't. And sometimes those voices become so loud that they drown out our own dreams and aspirations. You have the power to rewrite that narrative. You have the ability to prove to yourself that you are capable of far more than you ever imagined. And that, my friends, is the sweetest revenge of all. A time when you achieved something you once thought was impossible. Maybe it was running a marathon or getting that promotion or finally starting that business you've been dreaming about for years. Remember how that felt? That surge of pride, that sense of accomplishment, that realization that you were capable of so much more than you'd given yourself credit for. That feeling, that moment of triumph, that's what we're after. That's the revenge we're seeking. Not against others, but against our own self-doubt, against the limitations we've placed on ourselves. The power of mindset, because success, at its core, begins in the mind. It starts with believing in yourself, with seeing possibilities where others see obstacles, with having the courage to pursue your dreams even when the path ahead is uncertain. There's a concept in psychology called the self-fulfilling prophecy. It's the idea that our beliefs about ourselves and our abilities can actually influence our outcomes. If you believe you're capable of success, you're more likely to take the actions that lead to success. If you believe you're destined for failure, you're more likely to give up at the first sign of difficulty. So I want you to start paying attention to your self-talk. What messages are you sending yourself throughout the day? Are they empowering or limiting? Are they pushing you towards your goals or holding you back? If you find that your self-talk is predominantly negative, it's time to make a change. Start replacing those negative messages with positive, affirming ones. Instead of "I can't do this," Try this is challenging, but I'm capable of figuring it out. Instead of I'm not good enough, try I'm constantly learning and improving. This isn't about deluding yourself or ignoring real challenges. It's about approaching those challenges with a growth mindset, with the belief that you have the capacity to learn, to improve, to overcome. Remember, your mind is like a garden. The thoughts you nurture are the ones that will grow. So make sure you're planting seeds of success, of possibility, of resilience. Water them with consistent action. Fertilize them with continuous learning, and watch as they bloom into the life you've always dreamed of. In today's rapidly changing world, the ability to learn and adapt is perhaps the most valuable skill you can possess. The jobs of tomorrow may not even exist today. The industries that are thriving now might be obsolete in a decade. The only way to future-proof your success is to commit to lifelong learning. This doesn't necessarily mean formal education, although that can certainly be valuable. It means cultivating a curiosity about the world around you. It means being willing to step out of your comfort zone and try new things. It means approaching each day as an opportunity to grow, to learn, to become a little bit better than you were yesterday. Read books, take online courses, attend workshops and seminars, seek out mentors who can guide you on your journey. Surround yourself with people who challenge you to think differently, to see things from new perspectives. And don't just limit yourself to your field of expertise. Some of the most innovative ideas come from cross-pollination between different disciplines. The more diverse your knowledge base, the more unique connections you can make, the more creative solutions you can come up with. Remember, knowledge is power. The more you know, the more valuable you become. And the more valuable you become, the more success you're likely to achieve. That's a form of revenge that no one can take away from you. The path to success is rarely smooth. There will be setbacks. There will be failures. There will be moments when you question everything and wonder if it's all worth it. Resilience is what keeps you going in those moments. It's the ability to bounce back from failure, to keep pushing forward even when things get tough. It's about having the mental and emotional strength to weather the storms that inevitably come with pursuing big dreams. Resilience is not something you're born with. It's something you develop. It's a muscle that gets stronger the more you use it. Every time you face a challenge and push through it, you're building your resilience. Every time you fail and get back up, you're becoming more resilient. So don't shy away from challenges. Don't avoid difficult situations. Embrace them. See them as opportunities to grow stronger, to become more resilient, because the more resilient you become, the more unstoppable you'll be in pursuit of your goal. The most successful people in history, what do they all have in common? It's not that they never failed. It's that they never let failure stop them. They viewed setbacks as temporary and used them as learning opportunities to fuel their growth and drive them forward. Consider the story of Walt Disney. Before he created the entertainment empire we know today, Disney faced numerous setbacks. His first animation company went bankrupt. He was fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination and having no good ideas. Even his now iconic character, Mickey Mouse, was initially rejected by MGM Studios because they thought a giant mouse on the screen would terrify women. But Disney didn't let these failures define him. Instead, he used them as stepping stones to success. He learned from each setback, refined his ideas, and kept pushing forward. His persistence eventually paid off, leading to the creation of one of the most successful entertainment companies in the world. This ability to persevere in the face of adversity is a common thread among successful individuals. It's not about avoiding failure. It's about how you respond to it. Do you let it crush your spirit, or do you use it as fuel to propel you forward? The truth is, failure is an inevitable part of any journey towards success. It's not a sign that you're on the wrong path. It's often a necessary step on the right one. Each failure brings with it valuable lessons if we're willing to learn from them. Every time you fail, you're actually getting closer to success. You're eliminating one more way that doesn't work, bringing you one step closer to the way that does. Thomas Edison, when asked about his many failed attempts at creating the light bulb, famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This mindset, viewing failure as a learning opportunity rather than a final verdict, is crucial for anyone seeking success. It's about reframing your perspective. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" Instead of saying, "I failed," say, "I discovered a way that doesn't work." Remember, success is not about never falling down. It's about how quickly you get back up. It's about dusting yourself off, learning from the experience, and moving forward with renewed determination. Persistence is what separates dreamers from achievers. It's the ability to keep going, even when the going gets tough. It's about showing up day after day, even when you don't feel like it, even when you can't see immediate results. A drop in the rock doesn't make much of an impact, but over time, with persistent dripping, even the hardest rock can be worn away. That's the power of persistence. Small, consistent actions, repeated over time, can lead to remarkable results. This principle applies to any goal you're pursuing. Want to write a book? Commit to writing a page a day. Want to get in shape? Start with a 10-minute workout every day. Want to build a successful business? Focus on making one sale, then another, then another. The key is consistency. It's about showing up every day, putting in the work even when you don't feel motivated. Because motivation is fleeting, but discipline and persistence are what will carry you through to success. No one achieves success in isolation. Behind every successful individual is a network of supportive relationships. Mentors, collaborators, team members, friends, and family. Building and nurturing these relationships is crucial for your success journey. Surround yourself with people who believe in you, who challenge you to be better, who support you when times get tough. Seek out mentors who have walked the path you're on and can provide guidance and wisdom. Remember, success is not a zero-sum game. When you help others succeed, you're not diminishing your own success. You're actually expanding the possibilities for everyone. Be generous with your knowledge and support. Lift others as you climb. This brings us to an important point about success. It's not just about what you achieve, but about the impact you have on others. True success isn't measured solely by the wealth you accumulate or the accolades you receive. It's measured by the lives you touch, the positive change you create in the world. The most fulfilling moments in your life, chances are they involve making a difference in someone else's life. Maybe it was mentoring a younger colleague, or volunteering in your community, or creating a product that solved a real problem for people. That's because we're wired for connection and contribution. We find the deepest satisfaction not in what we get, but in what we give. So as you pursue your goals, always keep in mind the bigger picture. How can your success create value for others? How can you use your achievements to make a positive impact? This mindset shift from success as a personal achievement to success as a means of contribution can be incredibly powerful. It gives your goals a greater sense of purpose and meaning. It provides motivation during tough times, knowing that your efforts are not just for your own benefit, but for the benefit of others as well. In our drive to achieve our goals, it's easy to fall into the trap of overwork and burnout. We push ourselves to the limit, sacrificing sleep, health, and relationships in pursuit of success. Sustainable success requires sustainable practices. You can't pour from an empty cup. Taking care of your physical and mental health isn't a luxury. It's a necessity for long-term success. This means getting enough sleep, eating well, exercising regularly, and taking time for relaxation and recreation. It means setting boundaries and learning to say no to things that don't align with your priorities. It means nurturing your relationships and maintaining a support system. Remember, success is a marathon, not a sprint. You need to pace yourself for the long haul. Taking time to recharge isn't a distraction from your goals. It's an essential part of achieving them. In today's rapidly changing world, the ability to think creatively and innovatively is more valuable than ever. It's not enough to simply follow established paths. True success often comes from blazing new trails. Creativity isn't just for artists or inventors. It's a crucial skill in any field. It's about looking at problems from new angles, connecting seemingly unrelated ideas, and being willing to challenge the status quo. So how can you cultivate creativity? First, expose yourself to diverse ideas and experiences. Read widely across different genres and disciplines. Travel if you can, or explore new parts of your own city. Engage with people who have different backgrounds and perspectives from your own. Second, make time for reflection and daydreaming. Some of our best ideas come when we're not actively trying to solve a problem. Give your mind space to wander and make unexpected connections. Third, don't be afraid to experiment and take risks. Creativity requires a willingness to try new things, to step out of your comfort zone. Not every idea will be a winner, but each attempt teaches you something and brings you closer to breakthrough innovations. Having clear, well-defined goals is crucial for success. They provide direction, focus your efforts, and give you a way to measure your progress. But not all goals are created equal. The most effective goals are SMART: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Instead of saying, I want to be successful, set a specific goal like I want to increase my company's revenue by 20 in the next 12 months. Once you've set your goals, break them down into smaller, manageable tasks. This makes them less overwhelming and allows you to make consistent progress. Celebrate each small win along the way. This builds momentum and keeps you motivated. Remember, your goals should challenge you, but they should also be realistic. Setting impossibly high goals can lead to frustration and burnout. On the other hand, goals that are too easy won't push you to grow and improve. It's also important to regularly review and adjust your goals. As you grow and change, and as circumstances shift, your goals may need to evolve as well. Be flexible and willing to adapt your goals as needed. Time is our most precious resource. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. What sets successful people apart is how they use those hours. Start by auditing how you currently spend your time. Are you focusing on activities that truly move you towards your goals, or are you getting caught up in busy work that doesn't contribute to your long-term success? Learn to prioritize. Not everything on your to-do list is equally important. Focus on the tasks that will have the biggest impact on your goals. This often means learning to say no to things that aren't aligned with your priorities, even if they seem urgent in the moment. Consider implementing time management techniques like the Pomodoro technique or time blocking. These methods can help you focus intensely for short periods, maximizing your productivity while also ensuring you take regular breaks to recharge. Remember, it's not about working longer hours. It's about working smarter. Sometimes taking a step back to rest and recharge can actually accelerate your progress in the long run. In a world where it's easy to get caught up in comparison and trying to emulate others, staying true to yourself is more important than ever. Authenticity is about being genuine, about aligning your actions with your values and beliefs. It's about pursuing success on your own terms, not based on someone else's definition of what success should look like. When you're authentic, you tap into your unique strengths and passions. You bring your whole self to your work, which not only leads to greater fulfillment, but also sets you apart in a crowded marketplace. Moreover, authenticity builds trust. People are drawn to those who are genuine and transparent. Whether you're leading a team, building a business, or pursuing any other goal, authenticity can be a powerful asset. So as you pursue your goals, regularly check in with yourself. Are your actions aligned with your values? Are you pursuing success in a way that feels true to who you are? Remember, There's no one-size-fits-all approach to success. Your path will be as unique as you are. You remember that success is a journey, not a destination. It's about continuous growth, learning, and improvement. It's about becoming the best version of yourself and using that to make a positive impact on the world. Your success journey will have its ups and downs. There will be moments of triumph and moments of doubt. But through it all, keep pushing forward, keep learning, keep growing, keep believing in yourself. And remember, the sweetest revenge isn't about proving others wrong. It's about proving yourself right. It's about living a life so full, so authentic, so impactful that it renders all doubts and criticisms meaningless.